day 2 of this big road trip into BC that I'm doing. I'm heading up to Jasper today. It's early, so I'm still being quiet. I'm just packing up my tent here at Mosquito Creek, and then we're cruising. I'll have to take more pictures. But before we do, today's video is sponsored by Squarespace.com. If you're looking for a place to start a travel photography blog or portfolio, Squarespace is a really good spot to start. There's lots of really good blogging tools with a lot of cool features like geotagging, simultaneously posting to your social media, and really clever templates to make portfolios or galleries look really good, really easy. So whether you're looking to sell images or just have a really cool place to show them off, Squarespace is an awesome place to do that. So head to squarespace.com/BrendanVanson and you'll get a little bit of a discount on your first purchase. One of the big reasons I'm so excited to be back in Canada is the wildlife. At home in Portugal, wildlife's pretty sparse. And if you know me, you know my passion for seeing animals in the wild. So I was so excited to pack up my tent and head north to Jasper, where bears, wolves, moose, and elk are spotted daily. And normally, I'm pretty lucky with my wildlife sightings. So I kept my long lens at the ready and carved my way through the Icefield Parkway to Jasper. Woo, what a beautiful day. It's a little bit windy. It's only 5 degrees Celsius, which is like, I guess, 40 Fahrenheit, something like that. And, but yeah, it's beautiful for this time of year. I'm at Columbia Icefields. That's Athabasca Glacier there. Way up there you can see a snow coach on the ice. They drive way out there. But it's always really interesting for me coming back here because I can see personally the glacier has retreated since like I used to work here 14 years ago, and it's only 14 years, and they have, as you drive down this road to the toe of the glacier, these signs that show where the glacier reached in previous years. And at one point, well, not too long ago, just 1942, the glacier got to here. The glacier went all the way here. Now it's way back there. It's a little bit sad. From the glacier, I kept cruising north, and to my sadness, not a single animal was spotted, not even a squirrel. Made it to tonight's campsite, which is just outside of Jasper, Wapiti. Not quite as scenic, and also twice as expensive. It's like $38 to camp here for the night, but it is a cool spot. You have, I think it's the Athabasca River is just over that way, so I still have the river in the background, and quite often you get elk wandering right through the camp, although it's rutting season, so maybe we don't want that. But either way, it's a pretty cool spot. I just gotta find some level ground to set the tent up on, and then I'm gonna go out, hopefully find some wildlife maybe. Okay, so the weather's turned, it's now raining. It's hard to see any of the peaks, to be honest. They're starting to really get hemmed in. I'm gonna try to find wildlife, although generally when it's raining, you just don't see a lot of wildlife either. I don't think the animals like being out in the rain either. And I don't know where they go, little elk houses. I know that the drive up to Maligne Lake is beautiful regardless, and I know there's potential for fall colors up that way, so that's where I'm driving. The drive up to Maligne is always my go-to for wildlife. I once spotted 7 bears in one afternoon. I also got this photo of a moose up there in a snowstorm in September, around the same time I am now. But I'm coming up dry in the wet weather. Okay, so I'm getting rained on a bit, but that's Medicine Lake, and a couple of years ago they had a massive fire here. In fact, I already left because I don't remember it looking like this. I think there could be a photo in here. It's kind of like hauntingly beautiful. It's like a movie set. And just these really, really old trees just burnt. They're just charred. And the white skies, and then the new growth underneath it, which is beautiful, and a lot of it which is turning colors. My luck is not great. I just had... My luck is not great. I just spotted 3 bighorn sheep males, the rams, in some like beautiful color, some fall, but by the time I could get my camera on them, I literally flipped on my camera. It was in video mode. I got 1 clip and then they wandered into the bush, never to be seen again. Okay, so I've come to Maligne Lake, and it is crazy how different it is to this morning. And even like an hour ago, it was beautiful. Now we've got like rain, it's socked in. It's not super pleasant, if I'm being honest with you. It was colder last night, but it feels colder now. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life right now. But yeah, the lake's here. It's not the most photogenic lake here. There's a really famous place called Spirit Island that you have to canoe to get to, which I'm not gonna do. Definitely not in this weather. But I got time, so I'm gonna just go for a walk along the edge of the lake for a bit and see what I see. This is moose territory. On a lucky day, you'll catch them along the shores or even in the shallow parts of the lake. On an unlucky day, one will sneak up on you in the forest. I just heard some sort of grunting. I know it's rutting season, so maybe there's a moose in there. Maybe it's just the trees rocking. I'm a little bit scared. Hey bear. Fun fact, hey bear works on all animals. Turns out, most wild animals don't know our names for them. So, as I continue through the trees, I talk to myself. You know, like any other day. Although this time I have a potential wildlife animal encounter as an excuse. Eventually, I gave up on the lake and headed back down in elevation towards town. On the way, I made friends with a mule deer. Okay, since the weather was bad, I decided to try to head to what's known as 93A, the old highway, because there was the potential maybe of wildlife. And I'm glad I did, because on the way there, I found a giant bull elk, like massive, probably the biggest I've seen ever. And actually there's another one up here. So even though it's not on that highway and it's full of traffic here, some wildlife, finally. Often in Jasper, the best wildlife sightings are right in town. The elk come to graze on the open grasses, and the bears come to clean up grain spills along the rail tracks. Tourists often have close encounters, but I'm really keeping my distance from this elk who's showing his force and marking his scent. Oh, and fun fact, elk kill more tourists in Canadian parks than any other animal. After a couple quick photos, I kept rolling on. Okay, with the bad weather, I kind of gave up on trying to find a sunset, and I just decided to come to one of my favorite places. A place I honestly haven't been in probably 10 years. This is Edith Cavell, and it's in clouds right now, but it's just one of these totally underrated places in the Rockies that I don't know why people don't come here. To be honest, I have no idea. I wish I could show it off better to you, but you're basically right at the foot of a bunch of glaciers. And it's so cool. This area is so special. And my walk up to the piles of glacial moraine have reminded me that I need to spend more time in the backcountry around Jasper. I, like so many people, just forget about it sometimes. I always head right into Banff National Park and forget about the hundreds of epic hikes and sights in Jasper. Hey buddy! Hey Pika! You coming back? Okay, we'll try to get more pictures of you. You're so cute. It's okay, I'm a friend. Just let me sit down. I might not have gotten grizzly bear or black bear or a wolverine or a wolf today, but I don't care. I got something I like even better. I got a Pika. I absolutely love Pikas. They're so cute, and one of the reasons I love this location so much, same reason as Maligne Lake, is there's a rock pile full of Pika, and I was hoping to see one, and I did, and I'm super excited about that. So yeah. I don't know if the photos are any good because it's already pretty dark, but Pika, love it. I think Pikas are the inspiration for Pikachu, but I might just be making that up. It absolutely poured rain last night, and if you've ever spent time sleeping in a tent, you know it's kind of hard sleeping in the rain because it's loud. So I didn't sleep very well, but I'm off at 5:55 in the morning to a place called Sunwapta Falls. It's kind of a classic photo. I'm not the first to take it, but I've tried to take this photo a dozen times and never have I ever gotten the conditions right. So despite the lack of a whole lot of sleep, make a photo. I'm at Sunwapta Falls. Once it's light enough, I'll show you a little bit better where I am. But this is one of those mornings that could go either way. There's fog rolling through and occasionally it blocks the view. And occasionally, like right now, it lifts and you get this beautiful mountain that got fresh snow on it last night and a little bit of lingering fog. So this has a lot of potential right now. It's a raging waterfall and a little bit terrifying. The waterfall, the island, and even some lingering fog, it's so perfect. So I'm hoping that continues to be the trend. On my camera, which is set up like right here, let me flip you. On my camera, I just have a 3-stop hard grad ND just to get the top of the mountains. And right now I have it at ISO 400 f8. Ideally, I'd like this photo to be about 1 or 2 seconds. If you go any longer than that, the white water of the fall just looks like a mess. But I'm gonna need to wait for the light to come up. I'm not facing the perfect situation for alpenglow, but I am hoping to catch some sort of light in the clouds. So fingers crossed this fog and cloud lifts a bit, and this ends up being a really cool photo. Well, that wasn't perfect, but it was really good. Got a little bit of light in the clouds. Nothing hit the mountains, but I don't think the angle hits it this time of year anyway. So I guess I really can't complain. That was a good morning. And despite the bad weather yesterday, I had a really good time in Jasper. I am continuing my road trip on to BC on the next episode, so hopefully I'll see you there. Peace.